So we are going to just kind of, this class is going to be kind of fluid, and we're going to make it what we want as we figure out who's doing it and what people want to do. But today we're going to do Yin Yoga. So this is the yoga that is calming to the body. It's calming to your brain. We're going to get into poses and stay in them for about 2.5 minutes each, but they're not going to be like feet over your head kind of poses. This is the yin is like the opposite of the yang of yoga, which is like the power yoga and the vinyasa flow. So this is the sit on the ground. We're not even going to stand up today. We're going to really stretch out and work the connective tissue that you don't normally work. So like the fascia, I don't even know if that's how you say it, your tendons and your ligaments. And as my mentor, Yogi, who really loved Yin Yoga, explained it to me the best way I've ever heard. So if you hold your finger up and you hold it, your muscles really tight, and you try to stretch it and you try to push it back, you can't. Your body is protecting your joints, your muscles are, so that you don't break your finger off. You're working your muscles. This is the yang part of yoga, the strength. Like if you did this every day, you have a really strong finger. But if you shake it out and do the yang, and it's relaxed, boy, you can really work and stretch those joints. And this is what we're doing today, is this, if you can see me. Another thing we're gonna talk about, at the beginning of class is kind of an intention for the class and for the day, and something to think about when your mind starts wandering off somewhere. You can kind of come back to it. And I also would like for anybody who has a Bible verse or a quote or something that helps them, a teaching from somebody, or a saying that they use to comfort them or help them through hard times or makes them happy. I'd like eventually for people to share that with me, and maybe you can be the one who does the intention at the beginning of class. But so today I am talking about and interpreting something I read from Brene Brown, who is talking about a lesson she learned from Pema Choshan, who learned it and taught about it from an 8th century Buddhist monk named Shantideva. So if that's not legit, I don't know what is. But I thought it was really good for what we're going through right now. I think all of us have lots of things in common that are hard, and the world right now with this quarantine and shutdown. So this is talking about when you're moving around through the world and you're constantly just pissed off and disappointed, and everything is getting on your nerves, and you just can't be comfortable or happy. Everything is just right? And that's how I feel right now, kind of like about sitting in my house and about my family and my dogs are getting on my nerves and just the whole thing. So this lousy world, these lousy people, this lousy government, this lousy everything, lousy weather, lousy blah, blah, blah. We're pissed off. It's too hot in here. It's too cold. I don't like the smell. The person in front is too tall. The person next to me is too fat. The person is wearing perfume and I'm allergic to it, and just, It's like being barefoot and walking across blazing hot sand or across cut glass, or in a field with thorns. Your feet are bare and you say, this is too hard. It's really hurting. It's terrible. It's too sharp. It's too painful. It's too hot. But you have a great idea. You're just going to cover the world in leather everywhere you go. Just spread it out all over everything. That way your feet don't hurt anymore. You're just going to fix the world. Spreading leather everywhere you go so you can cover the pain. Is like saying, I'm going to get rid of her. I'm going to get rid of him. I'm going to fix the temperature. I'm going to ban perfume in the world. And then there will be nothing that bothers me anymore. And I'm going to get rid of everything, including mosquitoes, everything that bothers me everywhere in the world. And then I'll be happy and content. Well, that's really not that easy to do, right? That's how we approach things. We think if we could just get rid of everything that bothers us, cover it in leather, then our pain would go away. But then sure, it wouldn't be cutting our feet anymore. It's just logical that you just cover something up and walk over it and it doesn't hurt anymore. but that really doesn't make any sense. But if you simply wrap your feet in leather, then you can go out in the world comfortably without having to change everything around you. So that's kind of what we're going to think about today, is cooling down our temper by fixing what's bothering us and not fixing everything else around us, which is what I tend to do in my life, is just, turn down the air conditioner. It's too hot outside. I'm going in, and not making myself more comfortable. So that's what we're going to think about today when we're doing these poses. The physical poses of yin are much easier, but the mental part of yin, because you're holding things for like 2.5 minutes, your goal is to kind of put the thoughts out of your mind. So when the thought comes in of, what am I cooking for dinner? We're just going to wrap it in leather, put it away. When the negative thoughts come in your head, like, oh, I'm tired of sitting in this pose, just wrap that thought in leather and just put it away. We're not going to judge it or think about it. We're just going to put it away. So that's our intention for this class today. And hopefully it's something that you can take with you throughout the rest of the day. Who knows? So now we're going to start in a comfortable seat, however that is for you. You don't have to be, you can sit on I have my blanket rolled up here, and I have cushions. Sitting on a cushion or a rolled up blanket is nice. However it feels good to you. There's no judgment here. Y'all are so small on my screen that I can't even see you. So we're going to start in an easy seat, sitting on our mat. Your mat will be long waist. You'll be sitting at the front of it. So we put our hands on our legs and close our eyes. And then just sit here for a second. And then we're going to inhale completely, filling the lungs, exhaling completely, getting rid of all the old air. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Try to continue this breath throughout your practice today. When you're in those poses for a really long time and you're thinking, I don't want to do this anymore, just remember to breathe. Put those thoughts away and inhale completely. And exhale totally. Remember, you can always come back to your breath. Your breath is the thing that never leaves you. You always have your breath. If you're feeling stressed out, remember just to think about your breath. Take some deep, long inhales and slow, complete exhales. When you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. We're going to reach our hands out beside us, gently touching the ground. This is yin, so we're not going to push. We're just gently having our arms to the side. And then as we come back to that breath, we're going to raise our arms and inhale. And then exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. We're going to stop at the top. As we exhale, we're going to take our right hand to our left knee. No, that's my left hand to my right knee, and my right hand behind my back, sitting up tall, and just a gentle twist. This is our first twist of the day, so we're not going to push ourselves into it. We're just going to gently twist. And inhale up. And exhale the opposite direction. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind you, straight spine for a gentle twist. Remembering to keep that breath. And then inhale up. One more time to each side. Twisting to the right. Inhale. Twisting to the left. Inhale your hands back up. And then exhale back down. We're going to do something kind of hard. We're going to cross our legs in the opposite direction. It feels kind of weird because we usually have a dominant side that we like to have crossed or out in front. So it's a little weird. We're going to inhale up. And then we're going to exhale our hands down in front of us and slowly walk yourself over your legs. This is a good time. If you have a pillow, cushion, you can put it between your legs and your chest to give you more support, or a blanket. And we're going to hold this for 2 minutes. Remembering your breath, inhaling completely and exhaling totally. If this should not be super uncomfortable for you. If it is, find a way to make it more comfortable. If you can only go down to here, or if you need to use a cushion, this is a gentle yoga. It should really feel good for you. And remember, you want to let your muscles be loose, because you can't bend tight muscles. So let them be loose, and let's stretch out some of the ligaments and tendons and fascia that we don't normally stretch. So just hang your head loose. Make sure your shoulders are down your back and not up at your ears. We're just relaxing your hip muscles. If you're having to squeeze them to be in this position, then come up a little bit. And we really just want to be loose here. Take a deep inhale, complete exhale, full inhale, and as you exhale, slowly start walking back to your seated position. And you can bring your legs out in front and shake them around, whatever feels good to you. Roll your ankles around a little bit. And then we're going to get to our hands and knees, whatever that looks like for you. We're going to be on our hands and knees. I want your hips under your knees and your wrists under your shoulders. And from here, we're going to do some cat and cows. So as you cow, you're going to inhale, drop your belly, raise your head, and look like a cow. And then when you exhale, we're going to cat. We're going to bring our hips in and our shoulders in and hold our belly button to our spine. Inhale and exhale. Do a couple more at your own breath, and if you need to shake out your hips a little bit, that's fine. This is just feels good. And then on your next exhale, come back to a neutral spine, just hands and knees. And this is going to be a little bit of strength. So this is when you do want to kind of tighten up your muscles. We're going to raise our right hand out in front and our left leg to the back. You want to squeeze your muscles because we're not really stretching ligaments and tendons here. You want to be firm. Keeping your breath. And then exhaling down. Shake out your hips. And then we're going to do the other side. So inhale your right arm, left arm out, and your right leg out. Stretch. Try to touch both walls, the one in front and the one in back. Inhale and exhale back down. Now we're going to come into child's pose, which looks like this. And we're going to hold it for 2.5 minutes. You can have your knees wider or closer together, whatever is more comfortable for you. And if that position is hard for you, a pillow or a blanket right behind your knees feels good. Anything. This should feel good and you should be comfortable. So we're going to start our 2.5 minutes right now. Remember to stay connected with your breath. If you have a thought that's not pleasant come into your head, just wrap it in leather and put it away. We're not going to think about it or judge it. We're just going to put it away for right now. If you have your head pointed in one direction, it's about halfway through, switch it to the other side. You can also have your head, straight down too. I've been practicing yoga for about 18 years maybe, and holding positions for 2.5 minutes or 5 minutes sometimes for me is impossible. This is kind of the hard part, again, is being able to settle down and be quiet and stay in one place for an extended amount of time. So if sitting here like this for 2.5 minutes seems hard, it's because it takes practice. So everybody take a deep inhale, exhale, inhale, and as you exhale slowly, walk your way back up. We're going to come to our knees. And this is something that actually may be a little painful. I know I have a lot of joint pain from my cancer treatment, and my joints are really stiff and achy, and my feet are especially. So we're going to do something we're not going to hold for 2.5 minutes. But if you'll come up on your, fold your toes under like this, and then kind of sit back on them. If this is as far as you can go, that's great. Some of you may not have joint pain and this is nothing for you. You can sit up on them like this, and you're stretching your feet, and this is like the most painful thing to me. So I'm going to come up just a little bit. And then when you're ready, you can fold your toes under the other way. Oh, just for a little opposite action. And then when you're ready to come out of that, come out of that. That is, to me, one of the most painful. My feet hurt all the time. And now we're going to do what's called puppy pose. And it's a really nice stretch for your shoulders and your chest. The blanket and the cushion could be really nice for a lot of people right here. But this is, we're going to start kind of like we did in going into child's pose. But we're going to walk our hands out in front of us and lift our hips up over our knees, so that and then we're going to try to drop our chest to the ground. And yours may not look like this. It may look more like this, or this, or this. So whatever feels comfortable to you. We're not going to stay here for 2.5 minutes because it's kind of a long time and kind of an uncomfortable pose if you're not used to doing it. But try to relax your hips and your arms. We're trying to stretch connective tissue and not necessarily our muscles. So when the muscles are tense like this, you're not going to be able to go down. But if you kind of let go, if it hurts, come out of it. If it's an uncomfortable stretch, that's fine. The puppy pose feels really good to me because I had the lumpectomy and the lymph nodes and the radiation on this side of my body, and it really helps to stretch that out, because if I don't stretch it out, it gets really tight on this side. So take a deep inhale, a complete exhale, inhale, exhale, work your way back to sitting. We are going to come to sitting on our sits bones again. And we're going to have our legs out in front of us. This is going to be some ab strength. So you're going to want to tighten up your core. Tighten up. We're not stretching anything here. We are doing some strength. And that's when you do want your muscles to be tight. You want to work them and condition them. And they work to protect your connective tissue so that you don't hurt yourself. So this is going to be an ab thing. Start with your feet out in front of you. You can put your hands behind your thighs. Sit up straight and then lean back. We're going to hold this for 2.5 minutes. Maybe not the whole 2.5 minutes. You can come in and come out of it. If this is not hard enough for you, you can bring your legs up like this. You can have your arms out like this, feet up, whatever is good for you. We're going to be here for a while. So if you're here and you need to come back to here, do it. If this is hurting your hips a little bit, stretch it out in between, shake them side to side, and then let's try to get back to it. Remember, your feet can be down. Stretch it out. And then try to come back to it. And if you need to go from here to here, it's good. We have 1.5 minutes left. Put those thoughts in leather, put them away, and come back to our breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Remember to come back to your breath. Thirty seconds. Inhale, exhale. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yay, we did it. Stretch out however you need to. I know that can be some pressure on your hips. Coming forward helps a little bit. And then when you're ready, we're going to bring our legs straight out in front. And from here, we're going to put our hands out and breathe in. And then exhale, fold forward. And we're not pulling ourselves forward on this. We are relaxing our muscles. So when you get out there, just drop your head. We want everything to be loose. And if that is really uncomfortable for you, you can always have a pillow in your lap. You can bend your knees a little bit. If your feet need to be further apart, the blanket also works nicely here. This is not about pulling yourself into the deepest fold you can get into. This is about letting it go. After you've been sitting in a pose for 30 seconds, you may feel like, oh, I got a little closer to the ground. Gravity will start to pull you down a little bit. You're not pushing yourself to get closer to your nose to your knees, but your body will be like, okay, this is not too bad, and might get just a little bit further. Inhale, exhale, inhale. As you exhale, walk your way back up. If you need to do your legs back and forth, whatever feels good to you, windshield wiper, the hips. And now we're going to come back to the way we were when we were doing abs, with our feet out in front of us, and we're going to work our hips. So you may want to start with them a little bit further out in front. We're going to take our right leg, we're going to put our right ankle just above our left knee, so that you're making figure four-ish kind of thing. And maybe this, with your leg straight down, is stretching your hip. Maybe this is a good stretch for you. Maybe you can bring it all the way in. The closer your heel is to your hiney, the more of a stretch you'll get, and you want to sit up really tall. If you don't like think you can hold it for very long sitting up, you can always lay back and do it like this, which feels really good. And you don't have to hold yourself up. You want to be able to relax in this pose. And if you're not feeling it like this, you can pull your knee in closer to your chest. And your arms aren't going to really be relaxed if you have to pull them into your chest to get the stretch. But you really do want your hips and your abs and your shoulders to be relaxed. Try closing your eyes and come to your breath. As you exhale, feel your body relaxing even more. Exhale, letting go of the tension in your shoulders. And in your face. Inhale. Exhale, let go. If you're lying down or sitting up, uncross your legs and just let them go from side to side. Now we're going to do the other thing. If you're lying down, you can stay lying down and just take your left ankle and put it above your right knee. If you're sitting up, you're going to want to do the same thing. You can be here to here or here. It doesn't matter. You may feel a big difference in your right hip and your left hip. I had a cancer and radiation in this hip, so it is much tighter than the other hip. So after a while, I may have to come out of it and just do it like this. If you can feel a stretch, you're doing it right. If it's painful, you're not. But if you can feel a stretch, then you're doing it right. Inhaling completely, as you exhale, let go of tension somewhere in your body. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Come out. Put your legs down. She can shake them out when she'll walk her side to side. I'd like for everybody to come on their back if you're not already here. We're going to stretch out all the way, touching both walls. And then bring our knees into our chest. However it takes to get them there. And then we're going to move them up to tabletop so that your knees are above your hips and you're at a right angle. And we're going to do a twist to the right. So drop your legs down to the right. You can put your arms out in a cactus or straight out and look over your left shoulder. If you can keep your left shoulder on the ground, that's great. If you can't, you can bring your arm onto your belly to get a little twist. Try to look over your left shoulder. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your body back to center. We're going to come back to the tabletop and then drop our legs over to the left. So your legs will go over to the left. Your right arm comes out. Try to look over your right shoulder. If this doesn't work for you, you can always bring your hand to your belly. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And as you exhale, stretch back long on your mat. Bring your arms up over your head. Stretch in both directions. And now we're going to settle into Savasana, which will be our last pose of the day. You'll have your hands, your palms facing the ceiling. Your legs can be as wide as you wanted to, and just relax everything. Let your ankles fall off to the side, however gravity pulls them down. And we're going to hold this pose for 5 minutes. During this time, try to get rid of all the thoughts flowing through. Just let them pass through and don't, try not to give them a second thought. You want to have a natural breath here, just letting your body do what it wants. Relaxing the muscles of your forehead and scalp. Relaxing your eyes and your jaw. Maybe gently parting your lips a little. Let your tongue rest on the roof of your mouth, relaxing the throat. Feeling the tension leave your shoulders and your chest. Maybe you can feel the rise and fall of your belly as you naturally breathe in and out, relaxing the muscles of the lower back, spine, and abs. Feeling gravity pull your hips down maybe a little, letting go of the tension. Relaxing the muscles of your thighs. Let gravity do to them what they want. Relaxing your knees, your calves. Letting go of the tension in your ankles. Relaxing your feet and your toes. Make your first intentional movement a big inhale. And a nice big exhale. Slowly start moving your fingers and toes, your wrists, bringing your knees in. Maybe reaching your arms up over your head. And then we're going to roll to either your right side or your left side, making a pillow with your hands as you gently roll over, taking a couple breaths here. And then using your hand that's on top to push you up, back, into the easy seat we were in at the beginning of class. Gonna put our hands on our knees and close our eyes for just a moment. And send some love out to our friends, to your family, to anybody you know that's struggling right now that can use a little love. We're just gonna send the world a little love right now. Put that somebody in your heart and love them right now. And then open your eyes. You can put your hands together in prayer if you'd like. And I just want to say thank you for joining me in yoga today.